Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find the playlist for exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate it. So the man you see on screen there, that's Amos Chanda, the former press aide for President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, up to the time that he left office. So that's him in handcuffs earlier on a couple of hours ago at Magistrate Court, where he was sentenced. And not only that, his wife and also sister-in-law, as you can see on picture there, the one in yellow and the lady in blue are also in handcuffs. They've also been sentenced with 7 months in simple imprisonment. And let me give you the details. So this happened a couple of hours ago. So the UPND Zambia posted this. The UPND say, for better, for worse, quoting from that marriage vow, they say Amos Chanda, the former special assistant to the president and for press and public relations, along with his wife Mabel Nakaundi Chanda and sister-in-law Ruth Nakaundi, are being led to Saka Central Correction Facility after being handed a 7 months simple imprisonment sentence and fined 135 kwacha each for the charges of obstructing and the use of insulting language against the Anti-Corruption Commission officers. So that's the sentence that they've been given, 7 months simple imprisonment, plus the fine of 135 kwacha each. And also Chief Edari gave his view over, obviously, immediately the news broke that Edgar Lungu's former press aide has been sentenced to prison. He said, sorry, my brother. That's Chief Edari's caption. Sorry, my brother. And any captions, the sentencing of Amos Chanda. He says he did not expect this will lead to this to be the final outcome. And yeah, and then the people in this comment section are just nothing to be surprised about. I remember you saying that we shall see more of such after Charity was sentenced. If you remember, the former deputy inspector of police, Charity Katanga, was sentenced earlier on a couple of weeks ago, and she's now on bail. And Chief Etali said that was just the beginning of a number of sentencing. So people are just saying, you already said this, we're anticipating this will happen. And then great job, I thought they were permanent. Great job, they thought they were permanent. Great to the magistrate, people in the comment section there. But another news that seems to be going wild. So with the people that you see in the picture right there, that's Father, in fact, Bishop, Archbishop actually, Terestio Mpundu and President Hakainde Hichilema. This was earlier on last year after just some sort of reconciliation between the two and OSIDA. So he had formed an association of fathers called OSIDA. And today, the Archbishop wrote to the ambassador to the United States, asking the United States to sanction President Hakainde Hichilema in his personal capacity, and also everyone in his cabinet and his group, the Archbishop says. So what you see on screen there is the letters as documented by the U.S. Embassy to say they've acknowledged the recipient. As you can see, it's stamped received, and it was also published online. So Archbishop is asking the United States of America to sanction President Hakainde Hichilema. And Chifetari writes over the same. Chifetari says, impose sanctions against President Hakainde Hichilema and his group for undermining democracy, says senior citizens. So it's not only Archbishop Tereso Mpundu there, it was co-signed by a number of individuals. So Chifetari says, do you remember that OSIDA was actually formed against President Lungu, President Lungu's law, in preference for President Hakainde Hichilema? But today, they have seen that the current president is worse off, and they are calling for sanctions against him, something they never did against Edgar Chagwa. So he simply says, these are the same people that called for the removal of Edgar Chagwa. Now today they're asking the United States of America to sanction Hakainde Hichilema, which they never did for Edgar Chagwa. The letter is long, but obviously that's the conversation people are having. And then obviously people in the comment section were like, Kakuta says, in the comment section is like, it is only irresponsible, but it is not only irresponsible, but also a betrayal of one's own nation to call for sanctions. This is a colonial hangover. But some people who think that the solution can only come from the West. This is being enemies of the country at large. These old people who we respect shouldn't create problems for the young ones whose effects may continue and be felt longer after they have departed the earth. So he simply says such sanctions that the Archbishop is calling for will not only affect the president but the nation at large. And then like this, we cannot develop as a nation, always trying to bring down each other. That's Amos in the comment section. And then another person says, I did not finish reading Kunsala. And then Lee says, you are talking to Chifetari. You are not peace with your soul. Everything, it's Hakainde Hichilema. Spiritually, you are in jail, telling Chifetari, because Chifetari right now is not in Zambia. Most of these publications that he's been putting out and the live streams that he's been having have been coming from last known location should be South Africa. So simply saying you're not at peace, everything you do, you refer to President Hakainde Hichilema. And yeah, so different reactions. What is Samano Mwamba says, he uses President Hakainde Hichilema's extract from March 2021 actually. He says, President Hakainde Hichilema says they have temporarily taken away your freedom of speech and expression through the rushed cybersecurity bill to stop you from questioning their incompetence and corruption. Our first task, once you elect us in this August, will be to repeal this bad law. So he's simply using the president's words to say now that the ones that are trying to pass that bill that Cornelius Mwete was suggested, where online platforms are supposed to be regulated, such as podcasts and stuff. So people have been using extracts from what the president had been saying during the campaign trial to say he's backtrailing with regard to that. And Manuel Mamba goes further to say disobedient officers, he captions using a video that President Hakainde Hichilema had press briefing in the swearing-in ceremony earlier on today. So Emmanuel Mamba says, President Hakainde Hichilema must have the most disobedient officers under him. No one listens to his instructions, no matter how many times he talks about the police and law enforcement agency to be professional and conduct themselves within the law and arrest suspects after investigation. They just ignore him, or unless he merely plays to the gallery and secretly gives contrary direction or instructions. Emmanuel Mamba asks there. While this Edgar Lungu earlier on, I did a live stream where he was in court accompanying his wife. He was later joined by GBM, as you can see on screen there, and then Dan Pule. These are part of the pact that they formed, which is commonly known as OCA. So the particular case that Esther Lungu is facing in court has been adjourned to 9th April next month, 2024. And Edgar Lungu and the UKA team have said they will be holding a press brief, obviously addressing maybe Amos Chanda's sentencing and a number of other things tomorrow. So these are just images coming from court earlier on where Edgar Lungu had accompanied his wife and was joined by other political individuals like GBM. What is the manual? Simon Mwalen says the advice to Amos when boarding the Kasaranga, ask the guards if they can allow you to go first. So you sit near the small window. Otherwise, that our mate won't be good. So this advice came from Simon Moa. If you remember, he's also been sentenced for that puncturing of tires of a bus driver's tires earlier on. So right now he's just on bail. He's appealed that sentencing, but ideally he's been imprisoned. He's facing simple imprisonment. So he's just on bail, just like Chimba Kambwi and a number of other former deputy inspector for police, Charity Katanga, same thing. They've been sentenced, they've just appealed their sentencing. So he was giving this advice from his personal experience. And then he goes further to say, Simon Moore says, simple imprisonment means when you go to Mwembeshi, you read books, walk around the prison grounds and have a long conversation and have long conversations with convicts. So he's simply talking from his experience, how he had it, what it means, simple imprisonment. But then again, he went further to say, because if you remember the couple of images where the ones that I showed you once I started this live stream, where Amos Chanda was paraded in handcuffs and his wife and sister-in-law. So Simon says this. We've been referring to Simon Mwewa as if that's his actual name. His name is Mr. Shitambara Mwewa. Simon is just a page that he runs. But anyway, that's how it works. He's adopted it. So I'll refer to him as Simon Mwewa. So the court police, he gives his experience. After I was sentenced, the court rose, and journalists outside the courtroom asked the police to parade me through the court premises, handcuffed, so that they can take pictures of me. The police refused, said, "We are taking Mwewa through the tunnels." I did not know this information until we got to Kamara prison. Parading Amos Chanda in handcuffs through the court premises is completely unnecessary. They should have also taken him through the tunnels. So he simply appeals to say what was done to Amos Chanda was uncalled for. They should have done that, as you've heard him speak there. And those are privileges that you experience if you're in favor with the sitting government. That's how it works. At the end of the day, it's just politics. So yeah, those privileges because he's in good books with the current government, which is the UPND. So Amos Chanda cannot have the same privileges. It is what it is. That's how it works. And then also Richard Mwewa says, at times in life, we tend to abuse certain privileges that may come through various assignments, and we should endeavor to act professionally despite the circumstances. When one offends several people in society, such instances occur, but it is wrong. So different opinions with that. And then others say these such things happen because there are orders. Police officers work on orders and instructions by someone. So there are times that, if you remember, Simon had said he was given certain privileges that, like this transfer to Mwembeshi, he only says someone was distracted. The prison warders to move him. He does not know who. So he experienced certain privileges that are not common to everyone. So he's speaking from a privileged point of view in this case. And you can tell it from the comment section there. But in other news, the president had a swearing-in ceremony today at State House. Swearing-in ceremony, where he conferred a state councilship on the Speaker of the National Assembly, among other people also. So these are the new state councils that we have in Zambia that were conferred by President Hakainde Hichilema in company with the Vice President Mtarenalo Mango. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are your new state councils. Jack Mwimbu is a new state council conferred also today. And yeah, a couple of other individuals. So these are images from the swearing-in ceremony today. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen. My YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.